It's a video camera, you can move.
Mommy's gonna go give a speech.
Are they
A year and a half apart.
You don't look like Batman today.
Are you Batman?
Do you like Batman? Do you like Batman?
Oh my goodness! Everybody for coming, and I really apologize that it's so hot. And I'm gonna try to get through this without crying. I didn't write a speech because, well, that would just make me cry more. So I'm going to start, first of all, with my bridesmaid on the end. For anybody who doesn't know, Janice is basically like my baby sister. She moved in with me and she was pretty much my first roommate. So I learned a lot about life living with Janice. Her craziness is partially my fault, so Thomas, I apologize.
That's where it comes from.
It totally is. It comes from our side of the family, but I made her anal because she lived with me. But even though she's my baby girl, she's been with me forever. I was there when her daughter was born. She was with me when my son was born, even though she wasn't physically there, she was there. And together now we're mothers. We're sisters. And one of my very best friends. So I want to thank you for coming and enjoying this day with me. And for Melanie.
It's not going to make it.
Melanie taught me a lot about love because when she met Byron, I remember attending her wedding and we danced together. And I looked at her and I said, one day I just want to be as happy as you. That's all I want. And she hugged me and we cried and she goes, someday it's going to happen. I know it. And now that I met Greg, I know that love. And I thank Melanie for showing me that that kind of love is possible and that I do deserve it. I'm going to try and lighten this up for my sister. My sister is one of the main reasons I met Greg. Because as you all know, I had a really bad track record with men. And my sister told me, after my last bad relationship, that I should have requirements in a man. And Greg can assure you that when we first started speaking, I gave him the test and he said, what am I looking for? Well, personally, I can't tell you what I'm looking for, but I can tell you what my family is looking for. And Greg's like, okay, I'm ready for this. And I said, well, first of all, you can't have a criminal record. Do you smoke or do you do drugs? Because apparently my sister said if he says yes to either of those, I need to run. If he's ever been in jail, run faster. And she wants to make sure that he's faithful, because I had an issue with that. So Greg says, you know, and then my sister says you need to make sure he's got a job, not at the circus. Greg met all of those requirements. I was like, all right, I can go on a date with you. All right, we're good. And sure enough, she was right. When you pick those things, you don't get hurt. So my sister taught me how to look for the proper mate. And I thank her for that, because otherwise, God knows what I would have done without that sound advice. I love you too. But to be honest, the Boudreaux family rocks. I'm really, really, really happy to become a Boudreaux. And I can't believe how fast and welcoming that Claudette and Jerry and all of the Boudreaux and the Obies and the Roys have all been to welcome me in. And obviously Samuel. Because from the first moment Samuel came in, they treated him like a son, a grandson, a nephew. And that meant the world to me because I didn't know that I'd ever find somebody who would accept Samuel and I like they've accepted me. So without them, I don't know where Samuel and I would be. It's time for you, Chris. Chris is another reason why I believe in love. Because he stood by my sister through so much and through our family for so much. And he has loved me like a sister and he's treated me like part of his family. And the same for his parents, Ann and Alan, who are here tonight, because they showed me the love of the family as well. And I don't only consider Chris an in-law, his entire family is part of my family. And I'm honored to have you guys all here with me tonight. What am I? Hi, baby. Well, I love you, first of all. And there's two people that I need to thank for meeting Gregg. Because I don't know if all of you know how Gregg and I officially met, but a little over 2 years ago, Monica and Kyle got married. And I attended their wedding. And when it came to throwing the bouquet, I caught that bouquet, but perfectly single and not looking for love. They said, "You know what that means, right?" And I rolled my eyes quite loudly and I said, "Uh-huh." And then Melissa came up to me and she sat and she says, "You know what?" She goes, "I need you to do me a favor." I said, "What?" "You need to go on a date." "I'm not ready to date." "You've been single for a while now. You need to just do me a favor, even if it's a bad date, a good date, just go on a date." So that night I came home and I went to bed and I woke up the next morning and I thought a lot. About what Monica and Melissa told me. And I said, maybe I'll open my Plenty of Fish account again. And I will see what's out there. Because I didn't have luck the first time around. So I did. And Sunday night rolls around and I'm clicking profiles. And I told myself that I was going to look for the complete opposite of anything I'd ever dated. And then I came across Gregg's profile and there was a picture of him and Jack holding each other and smiling. And I read his profile that he was a single dad and I was like, wait a minute. I think that would be perfect because I'm a single mom. And what better to understand the limited access and time you have being a single parent than another single parent. And little did I know that if you click like to a profile that they would receive a notification to say that this person liked you. So I go to work Monday and I come home from work Monday and I opened up this Plenty of Fish. And there was a message from Gregg, and it was this long message, and he was telling me all about himself, and then he's like, well, you know what, I'm not going to make a fool of myself, I'm going to actually wait to see if you reply before I tell you anything more, and well, I replied, and we started speaking on that Monday, and again on Tuesday, and again on Wednesday, and then finally we said, you know what, we're going to go on our first date, and it was supposed to be on Friday. But then Gregg said, is there any way we can see each other before? I really want to meet you. Okay. So we went on a date, our very first date, which was June 28th, 2 years ago. Wow. So today is a very special day because it's also our 2-year anniversary. So we went on our first date, and then we went on a second date, and I pretty much fell in love with him almost instantly. And then on our second date, when he come in to pick me up, he met Sam for the first time. And he went into the lawn and he played with Samuel. And he didn't even acknowledge me. He played with Samuel. That meant more to me than anything. Because he automatically clicked with Samuel. And if anybody knew Samuel at that age, he didn't take well to other men or to strangers. He shied away, and kind of like he does now. He didn't. He went right up to Gregg. And he played with Gregg. And it was the moment I knew right there. I was like, this is the man that I want to be. And 2 years later, Sam now has a daddy. And it's the best person that I could ever think of to help me raise my son.